Well, it's moving day here on day 3 at the AA Nationals. And in girls Pool D action, we've got Hastings girls versus Hamilton girls. The winner of this is going to end up taking out the pool and get that all-important top seed. And on the boys, Nelson College look to take down St. Bede's as they try to strengthen their hold on getting that all-important 3rd spot in Pool B. Looking forward to it. We are live from Fly Palmy Arena, and what an amazing day it's going to be. Always one of my favourite days of any tournament. Ryan Doubledam, moving day.
Definitely is moving day. We've got a quality matchup here. 2 undefeated teams here in Pool D vying for top spot. The all-important top spot, because whoever gets top has to play one less game before quarterfinals, which hopefully for the winning team pays dividends against a more tired team tomorrow.
Well, 2 top teams in this one. Hamilton girls, who last time we were here were runners-up. River Walker Pittman was their standout player. And in Hastings girls, who didn't qualify in 2019, but finished 1st in qualifying in Zone 3, taking down Napier girls 106-51 in the final of that. So this is going to be a very exciting matchup, and looking forward to bringing it to you live as we get into the team lists. Firstly, for Hamilton girls, High School, number 1, Anahera Woolsford. Number 2, Ballacapri Nelson. 3, Orewa Murphy. 4, Tea Korpu. 5, Caitlin Hull. 6, Temapara Walker. 7, Anaya Nelson. 7, Shikani Murray. 8, Aotea Nordstrom. 10, Maya Chandler. 11, Hannah Patterson. Their head coach is Carla Nelson. Assistant coach, Lana Kershaw. Then for Hastings Girls High School, number 2, Summer Miller. 3, Tahaya Taylor. 4, Palace Hokianga. 5, Charlotte Tuliao. 6, Raydeen Blake. 7, Kasia Maringarangi. 8, Story Sadler. 9, Awa Kalia. 10, Galilee Hiko. 11, Nadia Deteri. 13, Kira Collier. 20, Terakawa Harris. Head coach Dustine Sadler and assistant coach Vanessa Sadler. Well, Ryan, who are some of the players that you're looking forward to seeing in this one?
Look, both teams have got a number of players involved with national teams. For Hamilton Girls, Anaya Nelson is going to travel to Guam at the end of the year with the under-15 girls. Maya Chandler has just returned from India with the junior tall ferns. And on the other side of the coin, Story Sadler, Palace Hokianga and Kasia Medina Orangi, all three are travelling to the under-15 Oceania Championship in Guam at the end of the year. So we've got a number of talented individuals here for both teams.
Well, I think one of the most impressive things about Story Sadler is not only is she a very impressive basketball player, but was also the Year 9 Ducks for Hastings Girls in 2021. So the highest academic achiever, really putting the student athlete in full force.
Must be nice to be good at two things. Yeah, I think these two teams match up really well. I've seen a few of their games in the earlier rounds, and they're all really speedy guards, so the action should be up and down, and I'm really looking forward to it.
What are kind of, with smaller speedy guards, what are some of the actions that both teams might be looking at running here?
Probably go screens, giving goes, passing cuts to create the double gaps where they can get downhill. I think both teams will want to push it in transition, but it'll have to be done purposefully because the other team will want to get into transition as well. And perhaps Hastings might have the fitness edge on Hamilton, but we're about to find out.
Well, the Kaitakato are nearly ready to go on the floor. And then Ryan, for us less educated, can you talk us a bit more through a ghost screen? What does that involve?
A ghost screen is when a player comes up to set a ball screen, the defense thinks they're going to set a ball screen, but they make no contact and they just get out of there quickly. So the defense gets into their defensive coverage and all of a sudden there's actually no ball screen and one of the two players is open.
Looking forward to seeing that. So, final preparations for both sides before we get underway here. Ryan, I need a prediction out of you. Who's going to take this out, Hamilton Girls or Hastings Girls?
I'm a little bit biased, so I'm going to lean towards Hamilton Girls.
All right, well, we get underway here on the show court, day 3, moving day. And it's going to be Hastings Girls that get us underway. Lovely little skip pass there. Good ball movement early, as they use all the shot clock. And we see the Kuruwhiwhi Toru, and we've got a wedgie on the very first possession of the game, courtesy of Palace Hokianga. First one we've seen all tournament.
Yeah. On all the courts I've been on, no wedges so far. So first stop goes to Hamilton Girls. Let's see what they can do offensively.
I remember we had a moment a couple of years ago where a player complained because that happened and then they reset the shot clock. And they're like, well, why are you resetting the shot clock? And they're like, well, what did the ball get stuck in? The rim. Exactly. What does the rim mean? Oh, reset.
Yeah.
So as we see a little bit of full court pressure there from Hastings Girls up against Hamilton. Nice little dribble handoff into the high post action. Great spin and steal from Charlotte Tuliao. It was Shikani Murray that was trying to spin and get into it, and well defended early from Hastings Girls. Bit of confusion there, Ryan, on the dribble handoff.
Yeah, looks like they're going under, allowing Hastings to shoot behind the screen. Ideally not giving up the downhill towards the hoop. So good start by both teams defensively.
As you see, a bit of a brains trust in the background. Tanya Hunter and Darcy Finnegan. A lot of experience in that conversation. Lovely step through. We're going to see the first hara of the game. Raydeen Blake is going to go shoot some kuru tautukus. What have you seen in the first minute, Ryan, that's tickled your fancy?
Well, Hastings have certainly want to push the pace by picking up full court. However, Hamilton's broken it relatively easily. Hamilton are going through on the dribble handoffs, so hopefully the Hastings can start to dribble at the defender a bit more. That will allow them to get downhill.
Makes the second off the tupper, and we are underway on the scoreboard, courtesy of Hamilton Girls High. And Ryan, one of the tough things is that whoever wins this is going to have a semi-final crossover potentially with St. Peter's of Cambridge. So something to think about for both teams.
Yeah, it's a tough one. If you look too far ahead and you think, oh, maybe we lose this game and when the others will avoid a certain person, but sometimes that can come back to haunt you.
As a great take there from Story Sadler.
Maya Chandler committing the hara. She's had a bit of trouble so far this tournament, Maya, staying out of foul trouble, so hopefully she can keep her hand. So just that late hand coming down, which makes it easy for the refs.
And we're talking about it earlier as well, the offense creating the contact versus the defense creating the contact. Defense definitely creating that one for an easy call.
Story made it first. Can take the lead here.
I like the little red streak in here as well. It goes quite nicely with the uniform. So here come Hamilton girls breaking down this full court pressure again. Nice little high post action here. And the skip pass was on and well saved from Hamilton girls. And we're going to see a foul there on Sadler. I'm liking the ball movement from Hamilton girls, but I just feel like their spacing's a little bit tight at the moment, Ryan.
Yeah, that pressure from Hastings is forcing some off-target passes, which means they're chasing the ball a little bit. Fortunate to draw the foul there on Story Sadler. Get a reset on the shot clock.
Sloppy pass there, and away come Hastings girls through Palace Hokianga. Up to Sadler. Just assessing things on the right wing. Skip past the left-hand side.
See the matchup of Maya Chandler on Sadler. That might be an all-night thing that Story has to deal with. One of the better defenders on the Hamilton girls team.
And Hiko comes up with the turapa. I quite like as well, Ryan, the use of that cut from the 45 just to open up a bit more ball space for the pass to the corner. As the Kuru Fifi Toru is no good. Away comes Hokianga.
Good defense by Hamilton, not committing the foul, making Hokianga take a tough turnaround 1-on-2 jump shot.
Well, we talk about the old cliche, defense wins championships, and it definitely feels like things have ratcheted up from the first couple of days early in this one. There is Hull, picks up her dribble, and she's going to get called for steps.
Yeah, you mentioned it before, but Hamilton really needs to sort out their spacing. It's that they're trying to drive through really narrow lanes, and people are dragging their defenders towards the ball, and they should be going away to create space.
Great work there from Sadler to break the press. Kicks it out. Kurufifi Toru is good. Palace Hokianga.
If there's one thing that Hastings do well, is the number of their girls can shoot the three.
We just see how crucial it is, especially it can break down. We see a lot in New Zealand of that pack line defense. And if you can get good ball rotation, good shooters, it makes it so tough. As tough finish there on the other end from Anaya Nelson.
Hamilton applying a little bit of their own full court pressure.
And it's good to see when there's ramifications like this game. A bit more of a crowd in here today than we've seen previously. Great spin and in and out. Turapa goes the way of Hamilton girls. And in these kind of games, you can't have that. Can't give up an easy kuru whakau. Here is Hull to the hoop with the left hand and one.
You know, I watched Hamilton girls last night and I was actually really impressed with Hull. She's one of those players that are always in the right place at the right time, just making plays, the simple plays. So she stood out last night in in Hamilton's game against Whangarei girls.
As we're going to see an early sub there for Hastings girls. And Keija Miriarangi into the game. How
What a
off right
luxury!
on.
What a luxury it must be that to bring a New Zealand representative off the bench.
Not much ball pressure there from Hastings girls, but they get away with it and out to the races. And just couldn't connect there with Palace Hokianga.
A little bit too high. Both teams missing a couple of easy baskets that would normally go in around the hoop.
And a bit of a frenetic start here as we have another look at that. We talked yesterday about the pace increasing from day one, and I feel like it's gone up another level again here on day 3.
Yeah, both teams with some high energy guards.
Good ball movement here from Hastings. Slightly better spacing as well. And a foul called there. So Ania Nelson's going to go to the line. But Ryan, I sometimes feel with those ones, it's a bit of a bailout call.
Yeah, she was out of control. The defense was relatively set, so it's a tough one for Hastings to deal with. Hamilton have run that play a couple of times now. They get it to this left-hand wing, put the head down, and they've got a post player coming to the high post, which takes away the space.
As the Kuruwhiwhi Toru is no good. Hull trying to come through there, get the offensive rebound. Goes out of bounds, and it's going to be Hastings girls ball. I did like though on that foul call that they switched it from a shooting foul to an inbound play.
My channel with a good defense,
Great take from Sadler.
followed by some not so great defense.
Poor defense or just a great aggressive move to the hoop?
Bit of both. Story Sadler's one of the more skilled players, certainly for the age group, and possibly even in this tournament.
Again, back into that high post. Good cut there from Chandler, not seen. And the mid-range jump shot as Sadler tried to throw it through Hull. And Chandler out of the corner. Interesting one there. I thought they should have got a full 24-second shot reset. Shouldn't be a 14 out of a live ball turnover. Chandler again with the two-rapper up and in.
Some better ball movement from Hamilton the last couple of positions.
Here is Sadler, spins. Spins back with the left hand. Offensive two-rapper, Sadler back up. Sadler again. As we see, Kuruwhiwhi Toru is good from Palace Hokianga.
Third time's a charm for Hastings. Hamilton going to need to get some bodies on these girls to stop giving them second chance opportunities.
Here are Hamilton girls out of the on-ball screen. Chandler on the left wing. Sees some open real estate.
Chandler will be disappointed with that. She normally makes those kind of shots.
And one beautiful work there from Palace Hokianga.
5-point swing there. Meyer normally would make that shot. Ends in a leak out and one opportunity. And the first time out is called. Hamilton girls want to talk it over.
What adjustment do you think Hamilton girls are going to want to talk about here?
In the half court, Hamilton's been pretty solid outside of the defensive rebounds. It's their D-trans giving up those opportunities where the defense is not set that are allowing Hastings to build this 7-point lead.
And then what about Hastings? Is it more of the same? Is there any adjustments that you think they might need to make?
I think they'll be pretty happy with their start. They probably like the shots that they're getting in the half court. They're just not dropping yet. And then outside of Hull's couple of offensive rebounds, they'll probably live with all the shots Hamilton girls have been taking.
So we're just over 6 minutes through quarter number 1 of this all-important AA girls Pool D matchup. And Ryan, it's excited. This is our last 2 pool games that we've got on the live stream, and then we are into finals. We've got A boys and girls tonight, the finals tomorrow, and then Friday, AA boys and girls semi-finals. And then Saturday, the big dance.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to Saturday. Hopefully the top 2 teams from both genders make their final all healthy, ready to go, and put on a spectacle for everyone to enjoy here in Fly Palmy Arena.
We've talked a little bit about favourites throughout the first 2 days. Is there anything that you saw this morning or last night that might have changed your mind around that, or is it still business as usual?
Business as usual for the AA girls. I think for the AA boys, you got Christ College and Rosmini. And then at the moment, you've got a real open Pool B with Auckland Grammar losing last night. So that's wide open on moving day.
I was actually very impressed with New Plymouth boys in that win over Auckland Grammar. It was the first time seeing both teams in this tournament, and that could be a team that we see on Friday.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, there's crucial day to either secure top spot or make sure they are in that 2-3 playoff this afternoon.
Nice little dribble handoff there, back into the hands of Story. Rejects the on-ball area. Goes for the Kuruwhiwhi Toru, and another offensive rebound there.
Really good defense by Nia Nelson, and she ends up for the board on the second chance opportunity. Here come Hamilton.
Just slowing things back into a half-court set. Good ball rotation. To the hoop goes Kasia. And it's the classic, isn't it, where the defender puts their hands up, but they were moving a bit late on that one.
Coach Carla Nelson will be happy with both that defensive position and offensive position. A lot of good ball movement, creating the long closeout and getting downhill to the free throw line.
One thing to note as well, still with 2 minutes and 43 seconds to play, Hastings girls in the bonus. So every time Hamilton girls are aggressive and drive, they've got a chance of shooting free throws.
Yeah, for Hamilton girls, if they keep the pressure on the foul count throughout the game, that Hastings girls might find them in some foul trouble toward the end of the game if things stay tight.
We'll see good ball rotation there from Hamilton girls. The step through off the tupper.
Good hustle by Chandler getting her own shot back.
And it's going to end up Hastings girls. And again, they're off to the races. But great steal there, courtesy of Temapata Walker. And is rewarded with a Kuru Pakau.
Nice low pickup there to avoid the hands of Hastings and finish the layup. And then putting the pressure on Story.
Well, Sadler, very, very classy ball dribbler. You can see why she's averaging 33 points a game in this tournament.
Yeah, leading the tournament scoring as a year 10.
Again, short on that, Kuruwhiwhi Toru. Great kick ahead pass. Just got the angle wrong a little bit there to Caitlin Hull. Because we're seeing it on both sides as well with the boys. Merrick Rulstone, year 10 as well.
Yeah, he's at a shade under 31 points a game. They caught a glimpse of their game last night as Hastings girls take a timeout. They had a big lead over Mount Maunganui, and Mount Maunganui closed it to, I think, a 3 or 4 point game before St. Kitts ended up pulling that game out.
Well, it's going to be interesting when we get to the business end and some of the year 13 say, this is my last dance. I'm going to be the one that's averaging those points a game.
Yeah, I think when we see teams evenly matched up in their top 8 brackets or middle 8 brackets, it'll be interesting to see if Real Stone or Story or whomever it is keep their scoring averages, or how other teams try and stop them from scoring so much, make other people on their teams pick up some of the slack.
I think 2 names to watch out for on both sides for that. Mackenzie Chatfield from Westlake Girls, and then on the boys' side, I think Tom Beattie's going to have a few big games in him come finals time.
Yeah, Westlake don't have the hardest pull in. They've just been ticking away and looking forward to making sure they're ready to go come quarterfinals time. And yeah, Tom Beattie, definitely a skilled player with a chance to put up some big numbers.
Caught up with Westlake Girls head coach Bronwyn Davidson just prior to this, looking very relaxed. Must be a nice feeling to have on day 3.
Yeah, I think when you're going into moving day undefeated, all healthy, talented team, that you can't help but be relaxed.
So Hastings Hills to get us back underway. And here is Story Sadler.
Little zipper cut out of the timeout, down screen, wide open 3. Unfortunately doesn't go in. Again, O board though.
And there's something to watch for Hamilton Girls. as Sadler with the Kuriwhiwhi Toru.
Hastings Girls certainly not afraid to get up a three-pointer.
So here are Hamilton Girls. Nice little drive into the high post. Good footwork. Rotation. And the Kuriwhiwhi Toru comes off the tapa and is going to go out of bounds. One thing I've been really impressed with, Ryan, from Hastings Girls is on the Hamilton Girls drive, they're not letting them get straight line at all. They're trying to force them away from the hoop, so it's a good job on that.
Same play, second time down, guarded slightly differently. Hastings Girls still ends up with a three.
Kuriwhiwhi Toru is short, and the two-up is going to go into the hands of Maya Chandler. Great ball control there to the hoop, and leaves that short. Two-upper goes the way of Hastings Girls.
Kim Pata-Walker doing everything but finishing the layup on that drive.
Sadler with the spin again.
Maya Chandler actually did a really good job preempting that spin move, but we'll see here on the replay. She just brings her hands down, making it really easy for the referee to call the hudder.
I was looking at that. It looks like that one's actually going to be on Temapara Walker, not Maya Chandler. As Sadler makes the first.
That'll be a blessing in disguise for Maya, because that would have been her second in the first quarter.
Misses a second two-upper into the safe hands of Hamilton Girls. Here comes Temapara Walker. They're trying to get a little post catch, and here they finally get it. Pick it back out. Good ball rotation. Chandler tried to look for the roller, and comes off the Papa Moody. Two-upper back into the hands of Story Sadler. Final second, get up in time off the tapa, and it's going to be Hastings Girls 15, Hamilton Girls 10 in this Girls AA Pool D matchup.
Interesting first quarter, both teams giving up a number of offensive rebounds. I think for the most part, both coaches will be happy with the quality of shots taken. Hamilton Girls missing a number around the rim, Hastings Girls missing a number of wide open threes. Both coaches, I'm sure, will be preaching that, hey, keep taking good quality shots, and eventually they'll start dropping.
From the defensive side, do you think either coach, I mean, obviously you don't want to give up any shots at the rim, so what can Hastings Girls look to do defensively to try and shore that up?
Just pack the paint a little bit more. They're out in the passing lanes, making it hard to move the ball. But if they can get, Hamilton Girls get the ball side to side, then they can get the secondary or the third drive. So it's, yeah, making sure they got that low split, help defender, but it all depends on what Coach Sadler wants to give up. Perhaps it is the contested layup and not the threes, as opposed to Coach Nelson, who seems okay to give up the threes, just making sure they rebound out of it.
That's going to be the big thing as we see Josh Thompson and Clifton Bush Jr. having a bit of a corridor, a bit of experience in those two.
Yeah. Josh advanced in the 3-on-3 game. Spent a little bit of time over in Japan recently, and he told me yesterday he's off to Turkey soon with his Lincoln 3-on-3 team.
I know, that man's got the best job in the world, I reckon. He didn't even know about it. They're just like, oh, you're off to Turkey. He's like, oh, sweet.
Yeah.
Wouldn't mind that.
No notice, don't need to get leave off work. Just, yep. Go to the Northern Hemisphere, catch the end of their summer.
Just like you, mate, you had, what, 28 days on tour, was it?
Between the two trips, I'm almost at 40. But I'm not complaining.
Not at all. That'd be my entire annual leave used up for the next 2 years.
I chose to be a high school teacher for a reason.
There are some perks of the job.
All right, quarter number 2. 15-10, Hastings Girls up.
And I'll tell you what, even though it's been low scoring, the pace has not at all reflected the score, has it?
Not at all. And from memory, there haven't been a lot of subs. Here come a couple for Hamilton Girls, but the fitness could be a factor towards the fourth quarter, but I'm sure both teams will keep the pace.
I'd like to see it, so it's going to be Hastings Girls that get us underway with the Makapaitaha into the very safe hands of Palace Hokianga. And again, back into that zipper action, Ryan.
Yeah, I don't know if number 5 was in the right spot. I'm pretty sure she should have been in the post, but they still get the shot that they want.
Great defense there from Story Sadler. And forces the Tupu Narua.
That's a tough call there. I think Temepara Walker a little hard done by. Story Sadler got a tip. Temepara picks it up. That should be allowed to use her dribble again.
Do you think it was the way that she went about it? Because she almost looked like she was about to dribble, then picked it up. Maybe that's what the referee picked up on.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Either way, Story had another 3 attempt and unfortunately missed it.
Good kick out though from Story Sadler, and the Kuruwhiwhi Toru. No good from Charlotte Tuliao.
I tell you what, Hastings' game plan's fairly obvious. They do not mind a 3-point attempt.
Very low on-ball screen there for Hamilton Girls. That one's a bit higher. Gets the roller, opens a bit of space up for the Kuruwhiwhi Toru. That one's short, and nearly the O Turapa. And again, outcome Hastings Girls.
Good save, Story.
Excellent ball rotation there as well. And the Kuruwhiwhi Toru is good for Kasia. You can see why she's with the New Zealand team going to Guam.
Coach Taylor will be happy to see that one go through. Hopefully that opens up the tapo a bit more for the other players.
Again, very congested ball movement here from Hamilton Girls.
Yeah, I really like to see Hamilton Girls get out of the paint and really try and drag out the Hastings defence.
The Kuruwhiwhi Toru hits the tapa, but then goes out of bounds.
Get a number of their ball handlers trying to do work on the outside, but the lane's just packed.
And what it's doing as well is it's just ball rotation into those trying to attacks. There's no, I like to see an off-ball action just to try and free someone out, get them on the move, get something going.
Even if it just occupies the weak side defence to allow those lanes to be driven.
Here is Sadler, little handoff.
Double ball screen out of the corner.
Summer Miller to the hoop. And she draws the hara to go shoot some Kuru Tautukus. Nice little drive there, little hesitation. And got around Tea Korpu.
Chance to double up here. Now make it a 9-point lead for Hastings. Lane violation.
Yeah, missed both, but win early.
Another chance here for Hastings.
Always pleasing as a coach, isn't it, when referees are actually willing to call that?
They're one of those calls that often go uncalled.
And converts there. And a bit of a killer if you're Hamilton Girls, but a blessing in disguise if you're Hastings.
Aotea Nordstim seeing a first action.
And the full court pressure paying dividends for Hastings Girls. And it's going to be in the backcourt, so they're going to get the full complement of the 24 seconds. Always interesting, isn't it, when one meter can make the difference of a 10-second possession.
Dribble handoff, ball screen.
Story with the Kuruwhiwhi Toru. I quite like that, isn't it? The dribble handoff into the on-ball action.
Yeah, and then Hastings spacing's nice and wide. They're on that far wing and that far corner, allowing Story a lot of room to operate.
Long mid-range is short. Turapa, and it's into the hands of Miller, who quickly passes it on to Charlotte Tuliao. And a Kuruwhiwhi Toru is short from Palace Hokianga. All right, let's see what Hamilton Girls can come up with here. And almost like it was a hesitant shot fake, wasn't it? They got a bit of space.
Hull with the Hudder. Yeah, a couple of times Anaya Nelson's got into lane, but just haven't had any luck finishing off as Maya Chandler returns. A 12-point lead with just under 7 minutes to go for Hastings.
Here comes Palace Hokianga for Hastings girls. And it's quite a packed defense now, isn't it, from Hamilton girls?
Nice little off-ball action is that.
Hokianga and one! What a great bit of extra hustle there from Palace Hokianga. As we have another look at here on the action replay. It's good to reward hustle, isn't it?
Yeah, Hastings girls really excited after that. Could get out to a 15-point lead here. Coach Carla Nelson may need to take a timeout soon and see if they can change a few things to get back in this game.
Minor commentator's curse there. And away comes Oriwa Murphy. And again, a bit sloppy. Here comes Story Sadler. Eyes up, just lost the dribble for a second, gets it back, pulls up for the Kuruwhiwhi Toru. That one's long, Tūrapa. Hamilton girls. Really liking the way the Hastings girls are playing at the moment. Are we going to see a flop warning there? No. It's going to be Hastings girls' ball.
Yeah, Hastings girls' defense has been impressive. They have played with high energy, picking up full court, making it uncomfortable for Hamilton girls to dribble and pass for the whole game so far, and it's resulted in a 14-point lead.
We're going to see a timeout taken here by Hamilton girls. Ryan Doubledam, what adjustments have they got to make here?
I'd like to see Hamilton girls spacing get a little bit better, and then hopefully that opens up some either driving lanes or some paint touches that open up wide open jump shots. At the other end of the floor, look, they're taking some contested shots. Hastings, it's just rebounding better out of them. And then, yeah, not giving up those low balls into and one opportunities.
It's always funny, isn't it, when there's a big screen at the far end of the stadium and the teams can see themselves and they get put on the big screen. Some of them shy away from it. Some of them have a bit of fun with it. It's good to see.
The 15 seconds of fame.
So just about underway here again in quarter number 2 of girls AA Pool D action. Hastings girls up against Hamilton girls. As we're going to finish off the pool play for all pools today and then get into some prelim quarterfinals.
So the adjustment here, interestingly, a 1-2-2 zone by Hamilton, which generally gives up those kind of shots as long as you can rebound out of it. So,
well, maybe that's the adjustment they're trying to make, is they've worked out Hastings girls aren't going to stop shooting, so we've got to try and have a defense that's going to shore up a little bit more defensively on those O-board situations. Great defense here from Hastings girls, really plugging gaps. Hits the tupper.
Contested shot forced by Hastings.
And Summer Miller brings it away for Hastings girls.
Back into the zone. Ooh, nice skip pass.
Great skip pass from Story Sadler. Little up fake. Great kick into the corner. And which way is that going to go? They've deemed it wasn't touched by Hamilton girls.
Hastings didn't chase it, so they thought it was tipped by.
That's been corrected.
Overturned.
Story Sadler also attending the Asia Pacific Junior NBA camp last year, which is actually held virtually due to COVID.
You can see with her skill why she got chosen for that.
Sadler makes a Kuruwhiwhi Toru. And in the commentary box, the hands go up as how was that not a foul?
That was a tough shot. That was a turnaround, NBA-esque catch and shoot, and nothing but net.
Short there on the finish, and there's going to be a foul there, and that's going to be foul number 4 on Hamilton girls. So after this, anytime they get caught reaching the cookie jar, Hastings girls are going to go to the line and shoot some easy free throws.
Anaya Nelson committing the hara.
Here come Hastings girls, and no rush on this possession. Great kick there into the corner for the Kuruwhiwhi Toru. It's short. And the tūrapa ends up in the hands of Hamilton girls. Out to the races. Little hesitation dribble. Great little pass out of the traffic. And it hits the tapa. Tūrapa ends up in the hands of Summer Miller. Dribbling it up for Hastings girls. Great pass and finish from Palace Hokianga.
Hastings girls really getting some momentum now.
And it's very unselfish momentum as well, isn't it? It's not just one player that's going off.
Yeah, I've been really impressed with their passing ability. The last position down, Story made a really nice pass out of his cylinder to the corner for a 3 that unfortunately didn't go in, but a very skilled team on display right now.
Right, Chandler passes it off and then gets into a screen action. And travel called there on Temepara Walker. Nothing coming easily at the moment for Hamilton girls.
Hastings has held Hamilton scoreless this quarter. It was 15-10 at the quarter break. And so far they're on a 14-0 run.
I like that little pause there, just in case that went in from Story Sadler. Chandler kicks it ahead. Little hezzy dribble, crossover again. Hamilton girls, the Kuruwhiwhi Toru off the tapa.
Good hustle by Maya Chandler, keeping that play alive.
And it looks like there's just cling film, isn't it, on that rim.
They've had some decent shots, Hamilton girls, but they're just not dropping.
I thought that was a good shot there from Hannah Patterson, but not to be. Here is Miller. Little dribble handoff into the ball rotation. Also a bit of a throwback breakers set there from the Andre Lamanis days.
European ball screen offense against the zone.
Was it Lithuania? Was that the one where he got it from?
I think so. A lot of teams run it. Been popularised by the breakers. And there's a number of different actions you can run that.
Every time I see that run, I just immediately pop into my head of Can You Feel It by the Jackson 5.
Hastings ball baseline against the zone. Story just turns and posts up.
One of the most casual inbounds I think I've ever seen is Sadler. Tough look. But gets the steal back. Pulls up for the Kuruwhiwhi Toru. And that would have been a seriously alpha bucket if she got that. Here is Chandler on the left wing, defended by Sadler. Good ball rotation here from Hamilton girls. Kuruwhiwhi Toru attempt is short, tūrapa.
Tough shot there, right to left crossover off the dribble for Shakani Murray.
Hokianga, oh.
That was almost a dime. And Temepara Walker getting the tip on it.
Anytime players can get outside their cylinder with the passing action, especially on that one-hand whip pass, such a good looking play.
Passing is an underrated skill. Certainly one that hasn't been focused enough on in New Zealand. As Hull breakaway draws the foul.
Good move there from young Caitlin Hull. Making the decision easy for the referee.
A chance to get on the scoreboard for this quarter for Hamilton girls.
Short there on the first. And finally gets the comfortable roll off the tapa. Hamilton girls open their account here in quarter number 2.
Back into their zone, Hamilton.
A 1-2-2 zone look here. It's almost wide enough to be a 3-2 there, Ryan.
Yeah, I think Maya's been starting at the top and then on the first pass dropping into that middle. Forcing a long 2, which Coach Nelson will be happy with.
Good rebound there from Temepara Walker. Chandler, good kick out, mid-range jump shot. Is short off the tapa, hits some hands, and that's going to be Hastings Girls High School. As we say, Charlotte Tuliao back into the game for Hastings Girls. 2 minutes and 4 seconds to play.
A good offense set there, decent spacing. Maya Chandler got downhill, drew the help side, got an open shot.
Here is Hockeyinga up the top. And what a deep three there from Story Sadler. I thought she was going to go into the double screen action on that one.
She can definitely shoot it. I think the whole gym's finding that out right now.
Great drive there from Temepara Walker. As we have another look at it.
It was deep as well. This NBA range. Just behind the screen, you're not close enough. I'm too good, I'm going to let it fly.
Well, when you talk about great WNBA shooters, you think about the Diana Taurasi's of the world. She's got that range.
As a year 10 as well. That's the hard thing to believe. She's so young.
And great conversion on the second there from Temepara Walker. 32-12, just over 90 seconds to play here in quarter number 2. Story Sadler, what a pass. And a teammate just says, I'm going to throw it right back. Kurufifi Toru attempt. In and out by Story Sadler.
Whatever I can do, whatever you can do, I can do better. Temepara with a wild shot.
Great outlet pass there to Kira Collier into the corner. Kurufifi Toru attempt, in and out, Tūrapa, Temepara Walker again. 1 minute to play here. Goes at Sadler, stripped, gets it back. Charlotte Hull, short again. Here's Hull one more time, kicks it out. Mid-range jump shot attempt. And they're getting a lot of tapa. As here's De Thierry. Step through, and again off the tapa. Potentially one possession left here for each team in this first half.
Hamilton slow it down a bit here.
Draws foul. Short off the tapa.
Strong drive by Hull.
And Hull's going to shoot some Kuru Tautukus.
27 seconds. I'm not sure Hastings will be worried about when they shoot it, because regardless, Hamilton should get another shot.
And a chance here for Hull to double the scoring output of Hamilton girls in the second quarter. Leaves that one short. It gets the Tūrapa, finds a lovely cutter. And good finish there from Maya Chandler.
Slow the game. Now Hastings' shot clock's turned off. They can make sure they take the last shot.
Here is Sadler. Hezi. Great extra pass there. Bit short on the Kurufifi Toru. And with 3.2 seconds to play, let's see what Hamilton girls can come up with on this possession.
Well, if you could catch it on the run, you'd have time for 3 dribbles, but they...
Oh, nearly takes out the sideline camera. So that is going to do us here in Fly Palmy Arena for the first half. We're going to take a quick commercial break and we'll be back with the second half.
Ladies and gentlemen,
this isn't about what we wore back in the day.
we're going to go now. Going once, going twice, no more offers. Sold!
It's about being trusted to get a better result for our clients since 1973.
Whoops, running on empty? Enjoy a 6 cents per litre fuel discount at your local Caltex with Pumped every day. Ah, Feels good, eh? Get it at any participating Caltex.
Welcome back here to Fly Palmy Arena, and apologies to those at home. Had a bit of a stitch up from the BBNZ office. Number 2 for Hastings Girls is actually Radine Blake. So sorry to everyone at home. We will correct that for the second half. But gotta love a good stitch up there, Ryan Double Down.
There's only so much we can do in the booth, right?
I'd actually, on one of the sheets here, they're talking about there's a Caltex Good Sports Award that you can nominate people for. I nominated Geordie last night. I might have to rescind that nomination. But what about you? If you had to nominate a good sport that you've seen so far at these championships, who would you go with?
Well, the number of volunteers that have been here every day, all day, that are helping out. So I'm sure that some of the tournament controllers might find most consistent score bench operator or referee that's done the most games that could be a worthy recipient of the Good Sports Award.
If you do want to nominate someone, if you're down here, just go and find a BBNZ staff member. Otherwise, you can email tournaments@basketball.nz. I think I'm the only one who's actually nominated anyone thus far. I went with Mike Lacey of the Lacey Lowdown. Serious legend. Right, so 2 minutes until we get back underway. Ryan Doubledam, what has stood out to you so far in this game?
The skill of the Hastings team is a standout, in particular Story Sadler. She has made some insane shots, taken some deep threes, but probably most impressive for me is her passing outside of her cylinder, left hand, right hand, hook passes, just really willing to move the ball to the right boost and making the right decision.
I mean, every player is always their own unique person, isn't it? But when you talk about impressive four-formers, probably since Charlize, this would be the best performance out of a four-former at these championships.
Yeah, you can see why she's in the New Zealand team, about to travel to Guam and made the Junior NBA Asia Pacific camp. She is one talented basketball, that's for sure.
Now, on the Hamilton girls side, there has been some positives. Even though they're down 32-15, defensively they've been pretty good, only giving up that many points and a half. But offensively, what are some adjustments that they can make to make things a little bit easier for themselves?
Look, I really would like them to open up the paint. At times, their ball movement's been really well. They've had strong drives. But often, when they go to drive, there's people there. So if they can open up the paint, get downhill, perhaps get the Hastings girls back into foul trouble, get to the line, stop the clock, and just chip away at this lead.
Do you think they could get a few more cutters off those drives as well?
Definitely, definitely. If they're driving from the left-hand wing, maybe cut from the right-hand wing, or if low split is ball watch and cut back door. Defensively, I wouldn't mind seeing a little box and one. Maybe just deny Story the ball and see what Hokianga and Blake can do by themselves without their 33-point scorer being able to touch the basketball.
Right, so the Katikaro are ready to go. And so it's going to be Hamilton girls this time who get us underway, going from left to right in the white. And a foul called there early. That's going to be on Radine Blake. It seemed like a lot more positive ball movement there in that position.
Yeah, that was 2 paint drives. The second one off a pump fake, drawing the foul, get to set up a baseline out of bounds.
Great pass there, and wall up though from Story Sadler. And out come Hastings girls. Short there, but the two-upper nicely cleaned up from Charlotte Tuliao.
Yeah, quick hands from Story Sadler, allowing that fast break to happen.
Good rip to the hoop. And off the tupper. But Temapata Walker going to get an opportunity for hopefully 2 easy baskets.
3 positions so far for Hamilton girls this quarter. 4 paint touches. Coach Nelson will be happy with the start from his girls.
I mean, we're talking about dress codes and how they've relaxed in the NBA. I don't think I've seen a more relaxed dress code than what Carlin Nelson's wearing on the sideline at the moment.
Yeah, I think with top 2 almost secured in his pool, that just tune up and hope for the best, maybe.
Here is Sadler, little dribble handoff action into the on-ball screen.
Hamilton girls back into the man with some aggressive coverages.
What about the deep Toru attempt there?
Good
Mid-range
defense.
jump shot into the tupper.
That was one of Hamilton girls' better defensive positions, forcing a long contested 2, everyone boxing out.
Deep Kurufifi Toru attempt. And they hit the Papamudi. 2 uppers goes the way of Hastings girls. What a take and finish from Radine Blake. Very great drive there with the left hand. Always pleasing to see a left hand finish. Nelson moving it around here for Hamilton girls. And short there on the Kurufifi Toru attempt.
Good defense there, stopping the initial drive from Hamilton girls, resulting in an uncontested 3, but a 3 that didn't pay any dividends.
Nice little handoff there. Story Sadler.
It's a metre behind the 3-point line.
That's so
They
deep.
only just missed.
Drive and spin. Hits the Papamudi. And again, another run out here for Hastings girls. Just slightly offline, but Sadler, again, another Kurufifi Toru attempt. And we're going to see a foul there on Charlotte Tuliao.
If we had box score statistics, there would be some interesting lines to look at as Story stretches out her hamstring.
I remember, the old high school 3-point line in the mid-2000s. When if people shot a metre behind that, it was considered deep. But now this is a metre further than that. That is serious range that we're seeing from the next generation. Here's Hal, good kick out. Little mid-range jump shot off the Papamudi, no good.
Another decent shot by Hamilton girls. Still can't get them to drop.
I think it's just the curse of the live stream court, Brian.
Yeah,
Hokianga, good kick out. Kurufifi Toru hits the tupper. And here come Hamilton girls. It's one of those games where I feel like the scoreline hasn't reflected the match.
No, it feels like it's a bit closer, and if just see a couple of baskets dropped by Hamilton girls that could get on a bit of a roll and really close the gap up.
Long there as Kasia gets the rebound. And here come Hastings girls once again through Story Sadler. Little spin move, draws the foul. Hits the tupper but doesn't drop.
One thing that's impressive about Story Sadler, she never looks rushed. She's always in control. Draws the Hutter on Maya Chandler. She goes, takes a break. Makes the first.
Story Sadler there makes the second one as well. 38-16, Hastings girls. And it's always good as well when you're up here on this court, Ryan, because you can actually hear all the communication that's happening on the court.
Yeah, we're fortunate here that this is quite a quiet gym with no other games going on, so it's good to hear the communication between the coaches and the players themselves. You can see
Story Sadler's just everywhere, isn't she? Plucking that one out of midair. Here is Sadler. And they're doing a really good job as well on those handoffs of setting screens as well at the same time.
yeah, some nice offense. Multiple advantage situations created on each side of the floor.
As Radine Blake draws the foul.
Substitutions for Hamilton girls.
Looks like we're going to see Anahera Worsfold for the first time in this match.
Now Aotea Nordstrom back in the game. Hastings in a box set against man-to-man.
Good defense here from Hamilton girls. Almost forced the 5 seconds, but Sadler says, I'm just going to shoot a kuruwhiwhi toru and undo all your good work.
Yeah. Sometimes you can play outstanding defense, but the offense is just that much better. And that was the case there.
Right, Hamilton girls, what can they conjure up here? Spin move, back into the defender. Worsfold spins again with the ball. And hits the Papamuri. Fight for possession. And we're actually going to see a jump ball called there, which is going to be Hastings girls. Thought a foul was initially signalled, but a change of decision. We see again that Sadler off the inbound.
It's a really quick release as well. There's no extra foot movement. There's no dip of the basketball. It's straight into a shooting motion, straight in the hoop.
And it's a good looking shot as well. It doesn't look forced at all. It looks very technically sound. So as a fourth former, to have a jump shot that smooth.
Look, if I'm a college coach tuning into this live broadcast, I am putting her on my depth chart of 26 or 27 recruiting class, because I think Story's going to have her pick of colleges to go to, should she decide to go there.
It feels so strange, doesn't it, saying that 2026, 2027. But that's just how good and how young Story Sadler is.
Yeah, I think it'll be the 27 class in 3 years' time, yep.
Great ball defense again there from Hastings girls.
Like you mentioned before, so all that work's going up at the top, trying to break down the defender, but the other 4 players just standing there, allowing Hastings to sag in, showing that illusion of help.
Story Sadler, what a left-hand whip pass there. As again, the 5-out action, and the kuruwhiwhi toru is good as the shot clock expired. Talk about young players with proficient jump shots. Obviously, Stories is pretty good, but Julius Halaifanua, probably the best shooter I've seen in his class, and he's 7 feet tall, which isn't easy to do.
Bit easier for him to get it off over defenders, especially here in New Zealand. Look, I'm not sure what's been more impressive, that the skill from these Hastings skills, or that we're 26 minutes into the game and Hamilton's only got 16 points.
We talk about best hair do's as well in this tournament. I really like what Anahera Worsfold's done with hers. Almost looks like she's got a scarf woven in to her hair there.
Gotta keep the hair out of your face so you can see the basket.
Here is Story Sadler. Oh, great drive and dish and foul. Nadia Deisieri.
Drawing the hutter on Wolfsford.
It's such a cool thing for these young athletes who, I wouldn't say they become stars, but they kind of grow up, don't they, in their basketball maturity playing in these championships. Sadler again, long off the tupper, and just a little bit aggressive there.
Yeah, I think it's really good that a lot of these teams have a mix of senior high school students and juniors, so that trickle down effect for when these juniors and seniors can provide that next level of leadership.
And it's been a little bit tougher for schools in the last 2 years, not having these national championships. There kind of hasn't been that handing over of the mantle to the next couple generations of players, but
no, there was nothing last year, and I think the first year we had COVID, there was a couple of regional tournaments, but it's certainly no nationals when we've got over 70 schools here, over 4 divisions, the length of the trip, the quality of the opposition.
And I'm always a fan of every time you get deeper and deeper into these tournaments, the games just get tighter and tighter as the talent rises to the top. Even in that middle section, there's no easy games. So,
yeah, last night on both single A boys, double A girls, there was some tight, hard-fought contests with implications in their pools.
Well, the overtime game between Manakura and Te Aroha was amazing to watch. Te Aroha had to win to keep their tournament alive. Went down by 3 in overtime, but There were some big shots made at the end of regulation in that one.
For Manakuta, that if they didn't scrape that game in last night, they would have been playing for a semi-final spot this morning. So after that win last night, they breathed a sigh of relief, knowing that their semi-final spot was secured regardless of the victory.
Nearly a great trap there from Hastings girls. Here's Worsfold, little floater off the tapa, and a rebound Nadia Deiteri. As you see, Rangitoto boys walking in the background. And in terms of team hairstyles, all with the blonde hair. Interesting.
Jacob Fotu might take the cake of most interesting hairstyle here, along with my man from Greymouth with the blonde mullet.
There's a blonde mullet from Greymouth. Saw some good mullets on the live stream last night.
Yeah, if you get a chance, check out Greymouth. There's a couple interesting headers.
We were talking about as well longest trips to get here. Ray Cameron was saying from Whangarei, it's 9 hours, and then we just had a little Google, and right now it's 9 hours and 12 minutes to Greymouth. So
yeah, we made the assumption the other day that they flew here, but I saw the van in the park this morning, so they must have driven here. So it's a long trip to come fulfill some goals. These Hastings girls keep the pressure on.
I think sometimes as well, some managers get stitched up where the team will fly, and then some poor soul has got to drive the whole team van down.
9 hours by yourself, I don't envy that.
It's a lot of podcasts. Are you much of a podcast man yourself, Ryan?
I do. For my time in America, I've podcast this radio show I listen to, and then some other football ones, some basketball education ones.
For young athletes that are looking to upskill their basketball IQ, what basketball podcast would you recommend to them?
Basketball Immersion, it's more of a coaching one, but they interview a lot of coaches for various parts of coaching basketball that they may or may not find worthwhile. But yeah, there's some quality coaches and some really good conversations that go into that podcast about theories and tactics and building culture and a whole range of stuff.
That's quite cool. Coach Sam, who coaches out of Franklin's, actually got an internship with Basketball Immersion. As the M1 opportunity just rolls around the tapa but doesn't fall. And it's going to be 2 shots here for Hamilton girls. Good little rip through the defence.
Yeah, strong aggressive drive by Murphy, rewarded in 2 free throws.
In and out on the first one. Let's see how she goes here on the second. And converts 48-19. 2 minutes to play here. Hastings girls over Hamilton girls. There's a good box out there from Taya Korpu. Jump shot is good. A welcome bucket for Hamilton girls.
Murphy sees the ball go through on a free throw, then next trip down, swish.
Sadler again. She's not even thinking about it now, is she? Just catch, shoot.
Sometimes that's the best type of shooter. You just shoot in rhythm, no consequences.
Great rip and drive from Altair Nordstrom.
Signs of life here from Hamilton girls late in the third quarter.
Good strong aggressive move, wasn't it? And some positive signs at the back end of this third quarter that for not only the rest of this game, but potentially moving into that, we could almost assume prelim quarterfinal that they're going to have coming up.
Yeah, look, I don't think the scoreline reflects the difference in these teams, so I'm sure Hamilton girls will learn a lot from this game about if they perhaps match up with a Hastings girls again at some point, or a team similar that they'll have a bit better understanding on how to create more opportunities or limit other teams' opportunities.
Good extra pass there from Hastings girls. Thought that might have led to the wide open corner 3, not to be. And Nordstrom left that one short. Good extra pass, mid-range jump shot off the tapa and the tūrapa into the safe hands of Awakalia.
Sadler bringing up the ball, slowing it down. Hamilton Girls back into their zone. Oh, right hand cross court. Pass out his center. Hokianga with the 3.
Here is Story Sadler off the on-ball screen, step back. And again, great work from Hastings Girls. And another Kuruwhiwhi Toru attempt off the back iron. And away come Hamilton Girls out on the break. Can they conjure up some magic as we come into the last 20 seconds of quarter number 3 of Girls AA action. Good ball movement here. And great defense, spins. Short. 8 seconds to play. Jump shot is long. Here comes Sadler, 3 seconds to play. Kicks it ahead. Not seen, and that is going to do us for quarter number 3. In Girls AA Pool D action, the battle for the top spot in this pool. Hastings Girls 48, Hamilton Girls 22. Ryan Doubledam, what has stood out to you in quarter number 3?
The ability for Hastings to keep up their defensive intensity. The coaching staff have done a really good job getting these girls fit. Regardless of who's on the court, they've been able to pressure Hastings and hold them to 22 points in 30 minutes of basketball. They've done an outstanding job. Now, so it's an interesting situation we've got here. It's a 26-point game. It's going to be very difficult for Hamilton Girls to get back into this game with 10 minutes. Both teams have a game this afternoon. Hamilton Girls likely, well, barring a major upset this afternoon in Hastings games, are likely to have play an extra game tomorrow. Coach Nelson's going to have to make a choice on, do we put the starters in, see if we can close it up a bit, get something out of this quarter, or do I think long term and that extra 10 minutes on my important players' legs? And then similar for Coach Sadler. Is there any point having Sadler, Story Sadler and the others who play big minutes with another game this afternoon, and then just a long-term eye on the future?
As we see Ray Cameron at the end of that in the background. Is there a man who's more proud of where he's from than Ray Cameron?
They definitely rep the North, that's for sure. They love it. I was watching him coach last night, and he's super calm, communicates really well with the girls. It was impressive.
I think that's cool to see as well with the older generation who don't have any ego. They're just all about the kids, all about giving back, making sure they have a good experience. It's not about them. It's cool to see how calm they are. Watching Miles Pearce coach last night, I've never seen a more relaxed coach in my life. Yeah,
there's a lot of ex-NBL, ex-high professional basketball players coaching at this tournament, and certainly using their experience to help their coaching their kids, really paying off for their athletes. All right, Maya Chandler to inbound for Hamilton Girls.
And we're underway here in quarter number 4 of this first live stream game of day 3, as we see an early foul called.
Maya Chandler joining the Hutter on Radine Blake.
So here are Hamilton Girls up the top. Again, a little horns action, opening up some space. Hook shot off the tupper. Then away come Hastings Girls. Story Sadler still in the game.
Yeah, along with Radine Blake.
Great extra pass to Sadler. She's fouled and won. What a basket from Story Sadler. As we have enough of that, great extra pass. Sadler, confident as you like.
4 points play to open the quarter.
Always good when the bank is wide open.
It is a weekday after all.
And converts. And you don't often have a very old-fashioned 4-point play, do you?
Yeah, here on the replay, I think the most impressive part, she just gets her shot off so quickly.
Good Fifi Toto attempt from the other end is good. Anaya Nelson.
That might be the first 3 of the game for Hamilton girls.
And great bit of pressure there, pays off.
A little 5-0 run.
Temapata Walker. Some pleasing signs here for Hamilton girls. But again, calmly brought over by Hastings. Let's see what they can conjure up. Hokianga finds Sadler, just directing the troops from the top. A lot of east-west at the moment, Ryan. Great defense, Hamilton girls. Their bench is up and about, and they draw another foul.
Outside of the bank 3, this has been a nice start from Hamilton girls. They're definitely going to see if they can close this game up a little bit.
Well, it feels like there's a bit more of a vibe to it, doesn't it? The ball's got energy. Almost a steal there for Hokianga. Drive short. And here come Hastings girls.
Slowing it down a bit, making sure they get a quality shot this position. Story directing traffic.
Good little ball rotation there into the dribble handoff. Drive, little floater.
Tough shot.
Another offensive rebound there for Hamilton girls. They've been alive here in quarter number 4. That one short, Turapa Sadler. And Hastings girls just calmly coming up the court.
Hokianga directing traffic now, getting into their breakers offense. Ooh, little hook, and they called it. Hokianga tried to hook past Murray, and referee Lachey caught her in the action.
Well, she almost got away with it, putting the defender in jail there. But well called from the referee. Right, Hamilton girls as well. A lot better spacing from Hamilton girls in quarter number 4.
Yeah. They're out of the paint, allowing those lanes, moving the basketball well. Hastings up for the challenge though.
Good Fifi Toto attempt off the tupper, saved, but it's going to go Hastings' way. Down goes the advertising boarding.
I'm liking this energy from Hamilton. I just wish it was a little bit earlier in the game.
Good Fifi Toto, no good. And Hamilton girls over halfway. Slowing it down here, a little hezzy dribble. Offload, Hull finish with the left hand. Good stuff here from Hamilton girls.
Good defense, but can't quite get the rebound.
I thought Sadler was going to shoot that one straight away, if I'm honest.
She's been on fire, so I wouldn't blame her. Radine Blake for 3.
Kuri Fifi Toru is good from Radine Blake.
That'll settle things down for Hastings.
Again, much better ball movement and spacing here from Hamilton girls. Looking for a post up to Hull. It's almost a bit of blanket basketball at the moment, isn't it?
It is really good defense by Blake.
Hull off the tupper. And they're going to keep the ball. So you have another look at that. Kurififi Toru.
Even that pass from Hokianga in that replay, just a nice little out of the cylinder, making sure it gets to the intended receiver without the threat of Hamilton getting a tip.
Chandler working it around. Kurififi Toru attempt. Off the back tupper. And nearly chased down.
Nine Nelson chasing her own rebound.
Sadler to inbound. Just over half of this fourth quarter to play. Hastings girls A very impressive display thus far up against Hamilton girls. 55-29. And Sadler is fouled. Now it's going to be foul number 2 on Hamilton girls.
That reach around is an easy call for the referees to make. Subs here for Hamilton girls. Murphy into the action.
Little box set there and almost a mini elevator screen.
Yeah, they switched out nicely, Hamilton girls, but was it a decoy for the inbounder? She got the shot.
Another foul there, that's foul number 4 on Hastings girls.
Radine Blake called for the Hutter.
Hamilton girls might get a bit of extended free throw practice here to end this game. Great little cut from Temapata Walker. She is fouled and will go to the line. As we have another look at it. Caught it at speed. Took the contact, couldn't finish though.
Hamilton girls in the bonus for the rest of the quarter. Walker making the first.
Makes the second. It was really that second quarter, wasn't it, where they only scored 4 points. That was a bit of a crusher for Hamilton girls.
Credit to Hastings' defence. It's been super impressive all game long.
Oh, what a little hesitation there from Story Sadler. Not just a 3-point sniper. Can get to the hoop at ease as well.
Got up into her cylinder. Maya Chandler extends her legs. Straight back down. Story Sadler at the ring.
We'll push off around the tupper. And we're going to see a foul called here.
Should be shots again for...
Radine Blake was called on that one.
Still a 26-point game though. So we're going to need a lot of free throws if we want to catch back up. It's Radine's fourth. She's going to take a seat.
Misses the first. Makes the second. Here is Story Sadler for Hastings girls. And Ryan, with this game basically done, for Hamilton girls, would you play around a little bit with some different presses and see what can work at this stage?
Yeah, look, I would try, regardless of who you got on the court, if you need to get back into a knockout game, what are you going to do to speed it up? And maybe practice that for the last 3 or 4 minutes. Whether it's full court Wahine to Wahine press or a bit of a zone press.
Great jump shot there from Anahera Worsfold. Well, it's been a very pleasing last quarter here for Hamilton Girls High. Definitely building some confidence as we move into the business end.
Signs of life. If I'm Coach Nelson and we match up against Hastings or an Hastings type team that, hey, look, we want to play the whole game like we played this last quarter, with that kind of energy, with that kind of intensity. Being real aggressive getting to the rim here as Maya Chandler gets the floater to go.
What a finish there from Maya Chandler. Again, another bright spark here for Hamilton Girls.
Hastings doing a good job just making sure they take time off the clock, get through their sets.
Great little putback there from Palas Hokianga. And the Kurafifi Toru attempt. Short off the tupper. Nice little tip there. And away come Hastings Girls. Playing the starters, almost 40 minutes. Ryan. And one, what a finish. Palas Hokianga. And it seems like the red streak in the hair seems to be across the board for Hastings Girls.
Maybe a little national trend that they signed up to before they made the venture down here. Hastings don't have the biggest bench. They've only got 4 players on the bench, but yes, the game's someone up now. It's rest and recovery before this afternoon's game so they can secure top of their pool.
Misses the and one attempt. And away comes Nelson for Hamilton Girls. Into the on-ball screen. Finds a little narrow lane there.
Good spacing off the middle ball screen. Worsford all the way to the rim.
Well, it's been something to know, hasn't it, in this fourth quarter? Hamilton Girls really have sorted their spacing out quite nicely, and it's led to a lot easier basket opportunities. As Sadler draws the harder. She's going to go to the line.
Tough move there. Nordstrom out on an island against one of the more skilled players in the tournament, and Hull with the late weak side help. For mine, I think Hastings have, you know, I didn't have them in my top four, and now I think I'm going to have to reconsider the top four. But there's some really talented girls teams at the top of this competition, and hopefully we get the matchups we all deserve in the semi-finals.
Yeah, someone going to play spoiler in those prelims.
Yeah, I think there's 5 talented teams for mine: Westlake Girls, St. Peter's Cambridge, St. Andrews from Christchurch, Rotorua Girls and Hastings Girls. Can't fit 4 into 5, 5 into 4. Someone's going to have to miss out in the semi-finals.
One team I've actually been kind of impressed with that's going to be on the bubble is Takapuna Grammar. Saw them playing before this. Young Bailey Flavel with another bright future. Is she under 15s as well?
I am not sure on that one.
I've stitched you up there, sorry.
Yeah.
Great finish on both.
But yes, on that Takapuna Grammar team, Q, she was over in India but playing for Samoa, so she's had international experience.
It's actually cool now that the islands are giving opportunity to play proper FIBA events.
Yeah, Samoan are regular competitors at the Oceania competitions, and then, there's a in-line violation. And then at the older events, there's on the women's side, there's a B division, so they qualify for the top teams. But either way, they're getting more experience with international basketball.
There is, almost actually made my international coaching debut in November in Kaitaia. Was the inaugural head coach of the Tongan women's national team, but due to work commitments, I've sadly had to give that up.
Yeah, but it would be nice for like Samoa, Fiji, and Tonga, because they've, like, we all know the islands produce some really good athletes if they could develop their basketball programs, and then Oceania becomes such a competitive region that we get when we go to Asia's and go to Worlds that we're up there.
Well, especially on the men's side, I mean, you look at Tonga, you could have Isaac Dan and Jacob Fotu, Jabari Parker, Steve Adams, he's got Tongan roots as well. I mean, that's a pretty good 6 you could have right there. I think England was always the funny one for me. It could have been Steve, Lindsay, Isaac were all eligible. Dan was born over there as well. I remember Ben Gordon was the import at one point.
Yeah, these days, lots of people getting different kinds of passports that can make some teams, like Jordan Clarkson playing for the Philippines.
There's another big Kurufifi Toru there for Hastings Girls. As we come into the last minute of this Girls AA Pool D matchup. And it seems as though Hastings Girls are going to top the pool. There's a nice little finish there for Anahita Worsfold. Such an improved fourth quarter here from Hamilton Girls. Should hopefully give them a lot of confidence moving forward. Just going through the motions a little bit here. Hastings Girls, the Sadler with another attempt.
Hand down, man down on Sadler. If you don't give the hand up, she's going to get it up.
I remember the toughest one of those was hand down, Sam down. Sam Wardenberg in 2016 got caught with his hand down in March Madness. And they ended up losing that match on that shot.
Yeah, it's a tough one. If you know they like to shoot and where the shooting pocket is, you want to cover that. Well, Hastings very impressive winners in this top of the table clash in Pool D.
That'll do it for us here at Fly Palmy Arena for Game 1 of Day 3 on the live stream. Hastings girls running out winners over Hamilton girls high, 69-46. We're going to take a quick break and we'll be back with some boys Pool B action. Sorry.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Yeah.
This isn't about long-distance calling, technology, or living overseas.
Do I have one more bid? Thank you.
We're going to go once. We're going twice.
And we are sold to the Kiwi phone bidder from Manchester.
It's about Bailey's finding buyers that others can't.
Here from the Tall Ferns. We're out here in Flaxmere Park in Hawke's Bay. We've just opened up this new basketball court for hoops in parks. It's really cool to provide the tamariki with somewhere to go, somewhere to be physically active, play a bit of basketball with their friends. Good asset to the community, especially for those young ones who want to get amongst basketball. So yeah, it's really cool to see us open this new facility in this park that is just beautiful in Hawke's Bay.
Kia ora, Pierre Cameron here. Just want to talk a little bit about the Hoops in Parks and the Hoops in Schools program. It's been amazing. The return on investment is priceless. The accessibility for all the kids and the tamariki to get in here and enjoy themselves, especially through these trying times, been amazing. And just to get outside, you know, it's pretty awesome walking outside and seeing this kind of ballpark available. It's great, especially in these times.
Kia ora whānau, Peliri Oli here, Councillor for Flaxmere Ward, Hastings District Council. I'm here to support the initiative today, Hoops and Parks. Very, very amazing result, and it's encouraging our people to come and spend time here, and especially together with the youth. I encourage other councils to jump on board. Yeah.
Kia ora wāre whiatu. Really enjoyed it here at the Flaxmere Courts. And looking forward to play again.
We've been waiting for the courts to open for a while now. Now that they're up, I'm glad that they're here for an activity after school. And yeah.
I like that the courts are purple.
What I like about the court is that it's different to many other courts in Flaxmere.
I like these courts because they're in a good position from if you want to go to the park or come here. And I like it because it's easy to bounce the ball and take easy shots.
My name's Ricky Lee. Shout out to everyone that made these courts happen, and yeah, me Naz.
No time to fluff around today? No worries. Just swing into Caltex and pay for fuel with Pay an App to speed on through. Ooh, yeah. Feels good. Use it at your local participating Caltex.